So welcome back. This is number 14 in my Fog of War series. Yeah, it's not a terribly difficult puzzle, this one, but it's a bit of fun anyway. I'll go through the rules with you, and then you can have a go at it yourself if you like, and if you have a problem, come back to the video. So, just going up to the top of the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so the normal 1 to 9 in each row, 1 to 9 in each of these regions. Cells separated by an X add to 10. There's an X down there, which means those two have to add to 10. Cells separated by a V add to 5. Those two must add to 5. Cells separated by a black dot are in the ratio 1 to 2. So that and that must be either a 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6 or 4, 8 pair. Cells separated by a white dot contain consecutive numbers. So those two there must be consecutive, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Cells on blue thermometers must increase in value going away from the bulb. So as you go further away from this, wherever this thermometer goes to, it has to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in number. Just like a normal thermometer does, I guess. Cells along an arrow line sum to the circle at the end of the line. So if there's a circle with a line and an arrow, the cells, however long the line is, with the arrow on it, have to add up to the number in the circle at the top of the arrow. Double arrows, lines between circles, add to the sum of the two circles sum. So if you have two circles, say there's a circle there and a circle there and a line between them, those three cells would have to add up to the sum of those two circles. And cells along an orange Dutch whisper line must have a difference of at least 4. So these lines here, that one's there, they must have a difference of at least 4. So if that was, for example, a 1, the next one would have to be at least a 5, but it could be a 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. If that was a 9, 4 away from a 9 would be 5, but you could have 5, 4, 3, 2 or 1. So if it was only a 6, for example, a 6 could have a 2 or a 1. The difference between these and German whisper lines, you can have 5s on these, and 5s can go either way, because 5 take away 4, you could have a 1 or you could have a 9 next to a 5. So they're a little bit different in what you can put in them. But that's all the rules for this one. So there's a link in the description below if you'd like to have a go at it yourself. And if you have any problems, come back and I will do the solution now. So we'll start with the 5. That's got to be a 1, 2, 3 or 4 pair, because it's got to be a 1, 4 or 2, 3. And this one then has to be smaller than that one, so it's got to be a 1, 2 or 3. And this one has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 to be one after that one, or one before that one. That one can't be a 5 because you can't have 5, 5 to make 10, so it can only be there. This one can be 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 2 or 4, 8. So that one there we can have 6, 7, 8 or 9 to add up to 10. That can be, it can be just about anything. It would have to start with a 5 if it's a 1. We have to go 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 at least, and then that would have to be that as well. And that could be anything. So what can we eliminate? That can't be a 1 because it's got to be smaller than that one. Oops, wrong square. That one can't be a 1. What else can we eliminate? Nothing. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple there, so we can't have 1, 2, 3, 4 in any of the other cells. So that can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 or 4, and I got rid of the 1 there, which means that can't be a 4 now, so that can't be a 4, 8 pair anymore, which gives us a number. That's a 6. So 6 has to go with 3 for a 1 to 2 ratio, and then that has to be a 2, and this has to be a 1 to be smaller than the 2. Consecutive with 3 would be a 4, then that's a 6, and this one here now can't be a 6. That one can't be a 6. That's got to be 4 away, so it can't be a 5. Can't be 7 either. It's got to be an 8 or a 9. It can't be a 5 or a 7. This one can now be, going back the other way, can't have 1, 3 or 4. We can have 2 or 5 if it's a 9. Then going from those ones, if it's a 2, you could have a 6, which you can't have, a 7, an 8 or a 9, which you can't have, because we've already got an 8, 9 pair there. A 5 could be a 1 or a 9, which you can't have. So that's the only combinations there, I think. What can we have here? We can't have 1, 2 or 2, 4 or 3, 6. That's got to be 4, 8. Don't know which way they go though. No, can't. Oh yes, now that we've got a 4, 8, that one has to be a 9. In that box there, you can't have another 8 there. That's got to be an 8. And that can still be a 2 or a 5. Okay, well, this one up here, we can have 1, 2, we can have 2, 4. The 4 has to go there. 3, 6 we can have, but it's got to go that way. 3, 6. And 4, 8. You can't have it all because there's a 4 and an 8 there. So they're the only options in there. And that means that one's going to be a 6, because on that thermometer, the 1, 2 are too small. They don't increase. So that's a 6. And then here we can have a 7 or an 8. Can't have a 9. That's got to go further. So that if it's a 7, it could be an 8. If it's an 8, it can't be a 9. So that actually has to be an 8. That's a 7. And then we get another one. That's a 9. Gives us these 2, and that 6 has to go with a 3. Yeah, that's opened up a whole heap of stuff. That is the easiest one to do first. That's because you can't have a 3, 6 there. That's always got to be 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8, which means you can't have an 8, so it's got to be 1, 2, 4. And 2 has to go in the middle of those two because 4 and 1 don't go together. So that's a 2 and a 1, 4 pair. And now, what can we have down here? There's a lot of numbers there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only have a 5, can't have 6, or a 7, can't have 8 or 9. So that might help with this one. 2 and 7's 9. So we can only have, oops, we could have 4, 5 in there to make 9, or 1, 8, which you can't have. Okay, to make 7, we could have 4, 3. Oops, or 3 or 1, 6. You can't have a 6 in there. So the 1 didn't go in anything, did it? We'd have to have 1, 6 to make 7, which you can't have, or 1, 8 to make 9, which you can't have. So that's a 4. That's a 1. And they can still be either, can't they, at this stage? Oh, hang on. No, they can't. That one's a 7 now because of the 1. So that's a 5, and that's a 3. And that's a 2, and that's a 1 left there. Now, what's left in this box? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. There's a 7, 9 there. That one's got to be a 5. 7, 9. There's a 9. That's got to be a 7. And that means that one's a 9. So here we could have, next to a 9, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all. Yep. And then where now? Put these ones in. We can't have a 1, 9. There's 2 1s. We can have an 8 there and a 2 there, or a 7 there and a 3 there. Can't have 6, 4 because there's 2 6s. And what can we have here now? Can't have 1, 2. And the 1, 2 there as well. Can't have 3, 6. Can we have 2, 4? We can have a 2, 4 going that way. 2, 4. Oops, I'll put it in like that. We can have a 2, 4 going that way. Can have 3, 6. We can have a 4, 8, but it has to go because there's a 4 there. That would have to be a. Sorry, that would have to be a 4, 8 that way. The 8 would have to go there. And that's the only number that will go there, is it? 1, 2, can't have 3, can't have 6, and can't have 8. Yep, so that's got to be a 4. And now that one has to be a 2 or an 8. There's an 8 there, so that's a 2. And that means that's an 8. And now in this one, we can we have 1, 9 in there? We can't have 1, 9 that way, we could have it that way. 1, 9, we can have 8, 2 the other way. No, we can't, there's a 2 there. 7, 3, the 7 would have to go there, which it can't, because you can't have a 7 on a 2 to 1 ratio, so it's not 7, 3. You could have a 6, 4, which would have to go, the 6 would have to go there, and the 4 there. So that means that can only be a 1, 2, or a 4, 2, or a 4, 8. Now actually, if that's a 2, 8, that one there can't be an 8, 2, can it? Because if you put an 8 and a 2 there, you wouldn't be able to have anything to go there. So that tells us that one has to be a 7, 3. Which doesn't resolve anything, but that was perhaps worth doing for later on. These ones here then would have to be 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, I think is missing there. And that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's an 8, 9. And can't tell that one. Oh, I could put them in, I suppose, but I'll do that later on. See what else we can get up here first. What can go in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I think is the only ones in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, can't see any 5s, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're the only options in there. So what can these two? These two here have to add up to the sum of the two circles. So 9 and 4 is 13. Whoops, 9 and 4 is 13. You can't get a 13 there, can you? So that one's got to be a 5. And then that's 9, which has to be obviously a 6 and a 3. And that's a 4. Still doesn't tell us that one. But it opened up this bit here, which one can go with. One can go with a lot of things. 4 away could be 5. I'll just put in the options 5. It could be 6, which it can't be. Could be 7. Can't be 8. Could be 9. And that one there can't be 1. Could be 9 with the 5. 7 can be 4 away from 7 is going to be a 3. Oh, 3, 2, or 1 actually. Why don't we put these two numbers in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they've just got to be an 8, 9 pair. So that actually, does that give us this one or not? I didn't miss a number there, did I? 5, I think I did. That could be a 1 or a 5, that one actually. I missed putting a 1 in there because 5 goes with 9 and 1. I think that could be a 1 as well there. 1. One could go with anything from 5 up, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but then I didn't do the 1 with the 5, but then the 1 could go with anything from 5 up. And, sorry, yeah, that's right, and the 5 can go with the 1 or a 9, yeah, so I forgot to put the 1 in. So, that one's not a 7 or a 9, because it has to be 4 away from that one. Okay. What now? These ones here, 9 has to go there or there. 1 was missing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 1, 7, and a 9. Let's put them in 1, 7, 9. 1, 7, 9. That one can't be. Oh, it can't be a 7 or a 9. That's got to be the 1. Now that can't be a 9 on an arrow because it's got a sum to the circle, so that's the 7. Oops, that's the 1, here's the 7. That's the 9. So that's then got to be a 1 and an 8. And up here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 under 5. 2's got to go next to the dot. 2 to 1 ratio, that's got to be a 1 or a 4, so that's a 1, the 4 down there. Another dot, so we can't have 2, 1. We could have 3, 6, but it's got to go there and there. 4, 8. Oh, we can't have 4, 8, there's an 8 there. So that's all we can have is 3, 6. And now this, well, actually what can go in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Can't have a 6 there or there, that's got to be the 6. Can't have a 9 there, so that's the 5 and that's the 9. Then up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a 7, 8 pair. 6, 7, yep. 7, 8. 7, 8. Then up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 pair. That's got to be the 4. And that's a 9. And then we have a 2, 5. That's got to be the 2 there next to the 5, and that's the 5. And that one at the top of that line is missing a 4. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's a 7. They're not 7s. And now what? Over here, that 5 gave us that 1. There's a 1. That's a 5. It's going to be 4 away from the 1. That could still be either. This one here now, we got rid of that. Oh, no, we still don't know that, do we? We've got these two. 1, 6, that has to be. Oh, so that's a 6. And that's a 1. And now we can do these two because we can't have a 9, 4. It's going to be an 8, 2. And that's a 9. And that's a 4. Oops, just the 1. That's an 8. That's a 9. And now where to? I've got in these two. 1, 2, which can't go there, so that's got to be a 2 there. And 3, 4, 5, 6, that's going to be a 7. And that gives us the 8 there. Resolves these two. 1, 2, we need a 3 and a 5 there. Don't know where they go yet. Up here we have a 1 which will have to go there. And a 9 I think is missing there. Then what can we have in here? 2, a 3 or a 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. So they have to be 4 apart. So they can only be a 6 and a 2. 6 and 2. So that's a 3, that's a 6. Now we got 1, 2, we need a 3 which we probably can't figure out because of those. So a 4 can go there. 5 has to go there. 7 has to go there. We've got these two now. And a 3 in the corner for the last one. There we go. And done. No, that wasn't too bad. A little bit of thinking, but not too difficult. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you in the next one.